Hi everyone, my name's Laura. Welcome to my channel, The Star Means Hope. It has been a long time since I have done a video. I think it's been about a year. I haven't had time. I have a very demanding job. I've also started a podcast. I was getting very overwhelmed with doing my YouTube and my Instagram content as well as those things. And something had to be put to the side for a bit. But I have still been around. I've been watching TarotTube the whole time. And I want to start making videos again because I love doing it. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to, at least to start with again. But I wanted to get back into it. So what I thought I would do today is show you all of my decks that are my plant decks, and then show you my garden to show you what's been going on in my garden, because that's been a big focus for me over the last year. And I'm starting to see all the hard work I've put in planting stuff last year. I'm starting to see the benefits of that now, because all my bulbs are coming up, all my flowers are coming out. So it's a big passion of mine at the moment, and I wanted to share, and I wanted to link it to tarot still, obviously. So I thought I'd show you all of my plant decks first, and then I'll put in a video of me going around my garden and showing you what's happening in my garden. So to start off, I will start with this little deck. Now, so this is The Language of Flowers by Cheryl and Darcy. There is a large version of this. This is one of those mini rock pool decks. I've got quite a few of those now. These are what the backs look like. There is a large version of this with full illustrations and things as well. I don't know if they're the same flowers. I think they're different ones, or at least some of them are different. But yeah, I love this little mini one. So it's a bit glossy. Okay, so we've got violas or heartsease. And a lot of these, I have these in my garden. So I've got some of these in my garden. I've got these in my garden. I will have these. I love sunflowers. And what I like is you get the name of the plant and a keyword, and then like a little quote. And so even though these cards are so small, you get a lot on them. And this is very much just like garden flowers. So like with the red rose, you've got the keyword courage. I can work with that, because if it just said rose, I might not be able to work with that. But a keyword I can work with. And then there's a quote which you could kind of take as the message. So be brave, be strong, believe. Okay, crocuses I've got in the garden. Although my crocuses didn't flower this year. They grew all of the leaves and everything, but they didn't actually flower. So hopefully next year they will. I'm growing some nasturtiums at the moment. But yeah, I just really like this. And quite a lot of these I can relate to because they're in my garden. But yeah, so that is that little deck, which I really, really like. And it kind of goes with so many other decks as well in my collection. Right, in this one, I made this little bag. I always forget the name of this because I don't have the box anymore. Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle. I can never remember the name of it. But anyway, yeah, so. And again, same sort of thing as the one I just showed you. It has the name of the plant, and then a keyword that you can work with. And I think this one's beautiful. I really like the simple, I mean that in a good way, but like the kind of simple, not busy artwork. And again, quite a lot of these I have in my garden, like foxgloves I have. But really easy to work with. It goes with loads of my decks. Hollyhocks. My hollyhocks in my garden, last year I was growing them from seed and they got really, really big, but they didn't ever flower because the caterpillars got them. And I was really sad. They were just decimated in like 2 days. And it was too late. I didn't realise what had happened until it was too late. But yes, I really like this deck, and it goes with lots of other decks that I have in my collection. Magickal Herb is another one by Sholin Darcy. These are the backs. Same sort of thing. Kind of simple artwork with just a keyword to work with. This one's a little bit different because it does have quite a lot of, like there's other symbols in the background. So like progress, and you've got a ladder. Desire, and you've got like a genie's lamp. So it has extra symbols and pictures that you can use to help you understand the meaning of the cards or help relate it to a tarot reading. But yeah, I don't use this one as much as the other two. I don't think there's really a reason. I think I don't know. It goes really well with the Tower of Mystical Moments, which I've been using it with. But yeah, so that is the Magickal Herb Oracle. Next I've got the Seed Sickle. These are the backs. And this is the one where it comes with 2 guidebooks. So you've got the Dawn and the Dusk. And I do have to use one of them. I feel like I use one more than the other. I can't remember which one off the top of my head right now without looking at them. I really love the artwork on this deck. But this one just does have the name of the plant. It doesn't have a keyword with it, which is why I have to use the guidebook with it, which I don't mind. I do prefer it if the keywords are on the card because it just makes it easier. But I do like the guidebook for this deck, so reading it means that I get the full message rather than just using a keyword and then having to interpret it myself. Sometimes I feel like there's really helpful information in the write-up that I wouldn't have anyway. I wouldn't have got just on my own. Yeah, and again, there's lots of recognisable plants for me in this deck. I love this poppy card with the skull in the background. Foxgloves, it's so pretty. Mushroom card's amazing. So yeah, I love the images here. Wisteria, amazing. So yeah, so Seed Sickle, really like this one. Now I think that's all of my decks that are just plant, like just solely plant. And most of these are Oracle, obviously. I have got a few tarots coming up, which use plants in the imagery a lot, and I do focus on that. So, but I'll explain that later. We're now going into the oracles that are plants, but not just plants. So this one is plants and crystals together. So this is the Earth Alchemy Oracle by Katie Jane Wright and illustrated by Nikki Strange. I have their these two pair of creators. They've also got an animal deck, which I have too. So with this, you get a crystal and a plant. And then again, you get not necessarily a key word, you get a key phrase, which I like. And again, I really like the pictures. I've been using this a lot in spring. I only got it at Christmas. One of my friends bought it for me for Christmas. And I've been using it with the Spring Wait Tarot, actually. I've been using it, them together. Oh, the hellebores. I really want some hellebores in my garden. The green round and moss agate. Oh, my moss agate is here. This is my favourite crystal, this moss agate tower. Look how beautiful it is. I just love all of the mossy inclusions. And then there's also quite a lot of quartz in here, and it's really sparkly. It's not really doing it justice on the camera, actually, but it's so beautiful. This one up here this is also moss agate. This one's ocean jasper, little acorn, and this one is tree agate. But yeah, anyway, this isn't a crystal video. But look how cute this one is. I got this one last week. But yeah, I like the crystal energy as well as the plant energy. I think they go really well together. I think the illustrations are beautiful. It does lean a little bit on the too woo side of things for me when you read the guidebook, but the images are so nice. And I tend to just not use the guidebook with this one, to be honest. I did actually have this deck before, and then I rehomed it. I gave it to one of my friends, and then another friend bought it for me for Christmas this year, but I love it now. I didn't connect to it the first time I had it at all. In fact, I don't think I even really used it before I rehomed it. I kind of flipped through it. I thought, no, it's not really for me. Gave it to one of my friends, but it's made its way back into my collection, and I love it this time. Right, so along the same sort of theme, Woodland Wardens. So this is plants and animals. I'm sure everyone has seen this one, so I won't spend too much time on it. But again, I really like the illustrations. I used this for my Wheel of the Year reading this year with the Oak, Ash and Thorn. I was really feeling that pairing at the end of the year. I love this one, the moth and the eucalyptus. And again, it's got the animal, it's got the insect, it's got the plant, and it's got just a key word or key phrase. And really, I can read it really intuitively. The guidebook's also good. I sometimes use it, sometimes don't. I don't feel like I need to sometimes, especially if I'm pairing it with tarot. I use this as kind of the clarifying card. That's what I was using it for my Wheel of the Year. And again, there's lots of recognisable plants and animals. Not all of them. Some of these animals and plants are not native to the UK where I live. But there's enough that I can connect to it. But yeah, I love this one, the owl and the hop. Oh, and the cat and the lavender. Yeah, so I really like this one too. Right, that's all of the decks that are kind of one of the focuses is plants. Let me just have some of my drink. Coming up, I've got one more Oracle deck that has plants, but not just plants. So I'm just have some coffee. And then I've got some tarot decks that I do kind of use the plant on the card in my reading sometimes. Greenwitch's Oracle deck. This, I think, is my official favourite Oracle, at least at the moment. I am obsessed with this deck. I got it in like the end of the year sometime in 2024. I think like it was the last quarter of the year, and I have not put it away since then. It's so good. Now, I did put this in a sort of order so I can explain. So this doesn't just have, let me show you the contents page here. It doesn't just have plants. It also has weather. It also has the seasons. It has kind of like green witchy items. It has crystals. It's got a bit of everything. And I absolutely love it. So there are some, these are, the first ones on here are the kind of just plants. So we've got oak tree. And again, you have the item, the name of the item, and then there are three keywords or two or three keywords on each card. And I just love it. The guidebook is also, has lots and lots of information in it. But again, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. So thyme and rosemary. I've planted both of these recently in my garden. Pine tree, mushroom, basil, the little ladybirds on there, so cute. Lavender, I have lots of lavender in my garden. Sage, chamomile, mint, I've got mint in my garden. And then we're going into cards that are kind of, they're more just garden. So they're not plants specifically, but there's lots of cards to do with the garden, so and kind of to do with plants, but not specific plants. So roots, we've got the watering can, trunk, soil, seeds. So it's just like garden witchy, and I love it. Buds, bee, hedge, see, tend, leaves, and then the harvest and sow. So it's more to do with gardening and plants, earthworms, plenty of those in the garden. And then these are just the other cards that are kind of, so we've got seasons and weather. And yeah, but this is very much like a gardeny, green witchy deck, and I absolutely love it so much. It is just my favourite, and it goes with so many of my tarots. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to move a little bit. I'm doing this on the floor today because my desk is a bit full and I need to sort it out, but I wanted to record this while I had a minute, otherwise I wouldn't get onto it and I'd have to put it off again. Right, I feel like these have moved now. Right, these two tarot decks, I feel the plants and the flowers were specifically chosen for specific reasons, which is why I wanted to include it in this video. So we'll go with Grimalkin's Curious Cat's Tarot first, which is an MJ colour name deck. This is the only MJ colour name deck I have, and I like it. And sometimes I will read into the flowers. So there's lots of flowers on all of these. This is a very spring deck to me. And if there's a flower, so the dahlias here, if there's a flower and the lilies, I might use what I know of those specific flowers to influence my reading. So that's why it definitely deserves a place on this video, I feel like, because I do specifically use what I know of the flowers sometimes, and I feel like they were picked. That Magnolia up there. I feel like the creator has picked the flowers for specific reasons as well. I love sunflowers. I love just the meanings of sunflowers whenever you see them in the tarot. I actually have got a sunflower tattoo recently, which is my Queen of Wands tattoo. Yeah, I feel like it was very intentional, the flowers that were chosen in this deck, and I read into them sometimes, so that is why I wanted to include this one. And the same thing with the Intuitive Night Goddess. I love this deck. This is one of my favourites. And I use this mainly in the winter and in the spring. Someone on TarotTube, I think it was Krista Chronicles, said that it looks like snow in the background, and that's why she associated it with being a winter deck. But I mean, look at this first card. Let's go back to this first one. The amount of flowers, like this is a spring deck to me, but I do use it in the winter as well. And I mean, I probably would use it all year round. I feel like I have used it all year round, actually. But again, I will sometimes use, if I can identify any of the flowers in the cards, I sometimes do use what I know and use that in my reading. So, same reason as the Grimalkins, why I wanted to include it. And it's so beautiful. I just love this deck so much. So yeah, that's the Intuitive Night Goddess. Right, I've got a couple more I'm going to show you. This is the Goddess of Love Tarot. Now, this has rose energy. Okay, I think most of the cards have roses on them. And it definitely has rose energy. I use this specifically as a self-love, self-care deck. So I very much use that rose energy when I'm reading with it. It's just roses. There are some other flowers as well, but it's mainly roses, and I love it for that. And again, I wanted to include it in this video because I do very much use the roses in my readings with it. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I've got a couple of honourable mentions just because they include a lot of flowers, but I don't know if these ones are chosen specifically. And I don't tend to use the flowers in the reading, but they include a lot of flowers, so I just wanted to show them in this video as well as honourable mentions. So again, most of these cards have got flowers on them, and I think it's beautiful. I love this deck. I very much, use this deck as a, again, like self-care, empowerment type deck. This deck, this deck is kind of mean in the messages. No, it's not mean. I don't see it as mean. I see it as tough love. That's what it is. It's tough love. So like, let me find an example. See, I don't know. I do tend to read them positive, but you could interpret it as being a bit direct, like grow out of it with an exclamation mark. You already have everything you need. But I find it tells me exactly what I need to hear when I need to hear it. Oh, also I edited it in yellow, and that was because of Sylvia Tarot Magpie, who has done the same thing. So shout out. Right, one last one. Secrets of the Mystic Grove. Now, I only got this deck last year. I believe it's quite old now-ish. It's probably not that old. Let me see. This is a US Games deck. No, 2017. Okay, so it's not that old. But again, this has got lots of flowers in it. But I don't tend to read the flower energy necessarily. I just appreciate all of the beautiful flowers in the deck. And it's a really beautiful, and I love it. And this goes with some of my favourite decks, the Tower of Mystical Moments and Dreaming Way Tarot. I tend to use it solely with those. In fact, Dreaming Way Tarot and this have become quite a bonded pair, really. So yeah, so these are my plant decks. Let's put some of these back into here. And I'm going to now put in a video of me showing you around my garden. So if you were here just for the decks, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see my garden, stay tuned. And either way, see you next time. Hello. I don't think I've gone front facing before, so hi. I'm going to show you my garden, but first of all, I just wanted to give a shout out to Giselle at Madwitch, because she, not only is her content really, really inspirational to me, but she has been very encouraging, and her most recent gardening videos have inspired this one really of mine. So I just wanted to say that before I start. So I'm going to show you my garden now. I'm just going to turn the camera around. Okay, so this is my garden. It's only little, but there was nothing here last year. This time last year there was nothing. It was just an overgrown flower bed. So everything that you see here I planted last year. So all the bulbs have just started coming out. And it's making me really happy. So excuse the grass because I haven't cut it yet. I've got a load of pots down here, so I'm going to start with those, and then I'll show you what's in the flower bed. So over here I have some mint. This was growing in the garden, just wild. I'm assuming someone who used to live here planted it. I rescued it and put it in a pot because I didn't want it taken over the garden. This is my old lavender bush, which I've never cut back. So it's a bit woody, it's a bit ropey looking, but it still flowers every year. I've got some pots down here that are ready to plant. I've got a, I don't know how you say it, saxifraga. That's probably not how you say it. This Sweet William. I rescued this from the supermarket yesterday. It was reduced to £1 and it was all dried out. So I've planted it in some compost and hopefully it will survive. I really wanted some Sweet Williams or dianthus because they remind me of my granddad. This is my little witchy pot. It's got a red geranium in it, thyme and rosemary, which I really like. I'll probably split this up eventually, but for this year it's okay in one pot. These are some more geraniums. I rescued those from the supermarket as well. They were the last two things left on a shelf, and I was like, oh, they look sad, I'm going to rescue them. I've got some compost too. Over here I've got a foxglove. This pot is tulips, which haven't come out yet, and alliums. This pot is tulips and violas, which I love, and these ones have come out. This is a lavender bush. I got this one last year from a lavender farm that I went to, and yeah, that's kind of doubled in size. This is the other one I got at the same time, and this one's even bigger. This is a peony that's starting to grow in this pot. I've got some muscari. This is a salvia, which smells gorgeous. It smells like mint. This is the purple lips variety. I've got a hydrangea here, which I'm hoping will flower. It's like a really pale pink, lovely pale pink colour. This is my rose. This is like a dusky pink purple colour, and it's gorgeous. I've had it about 3 years now, so it's still really small, but it's got a lot of new growth this year, so hopefully I'll get some nice flowers on there. These are some seeds that I've been growing indoors. They're just outside for a bit of light. These are nasturtiums. I think I'm going to have to start all these again. These are hollyhocks. I don't think they're growing very well. And these are sweet peas. Oh, there's a shoot on there. And then these pots I'm going to, I don't know what I'm doing with these yet, probably hollyhocks if they grow. Okay, here I've got my compost. I've got some begonias that are ready to plant. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put them yet. Okay, so this is my cat. This is a white buddleia. I decided to try and, I've got 2 dwarf buddleias last year, and this is a white one. I'm trying to grow this one in a pot. The other one is in the flower bed, which I'll show you in a bit. So yeah, I wanted dwarf ones so they don't take over the garden, but I do really like them as well. This pot has got daffodils in that haven't flowered, and nerines. This is my clematis, which I only bought last weekend. I've got a little wire frame, like obelisk thing to go around the pot so it can climb up it, and I also need to decide where in the garden I'm putting it. Okay, this is all Love in a Mist, which I love. I love Love in a Mist. There's some flower heads, but no flowers yet. It's Nigella is its proper name, but it's Love in a Mist. I've got some beautiful tulips. I've got some really, really dark purple ones in here somewhere, but they haven't grown. Loads of daffodils all the way along the front. I've got patches of, these are nerines. They're going to be, I've got patches of those all the way through this flower bed. I'm not actually sure what this is. This is an aster, which is starting to grow back, which I'm excited about. Some more alliums growing there. Some more tulips. Some more daffodils. Some more tulips. I've got daffodils all the way along the front. This is a fuchsia, but there's no sign of life on that yet, so I don't know if it's going to come back. There's some more nerines. This is a peony. This is my white peony. The one in the pot that you saw earlier is a pink one. I wasn't sure if this survived the winter, but it has. Some more alliums. This is my purple buddleia. Just get my daffodil leaves out of the way. This one doesn't seem to be growing as much as the white one, so we'll see. I've got some stuff in here as well, I'm not sure what it is, and alliums, and then some another daffodil that didn't have any flowers on it. Yeah, there's some gladioli in here somewhere, but they don't seem to have been, they don't seem to be growing, because that's definitely not a gladioli. I can't remember where exactly I put them, so we'll have to see if they come back. But yeah, so this is my little garden. It's only small, I've only got a small house, but I love it. It's like my little safe haven, my little garden. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Oh, I've got some plans for my shed. I want to put some guttering on it and a water butt. But I haven't done that yet, obviously. But yeah, I don't quite know what my cat's doing. Try and get behind all the pots. Yeah, so maybe I'll do another video in the summer. I've got different bulbs have come out and other flowers have come out. Let me know if you want to see that, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.